Good morning to the community of TAC in the house. This is Mr. Abundance coming to you it's now 4:41 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean Islands. This was not a scheduled broadcast, but I have not done one for a very long time. And so this morning I am just coming to let you know that I really appreciate what you have done, what you are doing, and what you will do for TAC. Because TAC investment is your opportunity to financial freedom. For those of us who knew exactly how TAC came into existence, there is no confusion. There is no confusion. And so I want us to keep focus. It was Zig Ziglar who said that we are who we are and where we are in life because of what have gone through or have entered our minds. But we can now change who we are and where we are and where we decide to go by what we now allow into our minds. You see, what Zig Ziglar was saying is that you are a product of a conditioned mindset. You are a product of the greatest danger to society, which is the media. Because he who controls the media controls the mind of the people. And so this morning, I am very excited, I am very elated that you have caught the vision and have decided that 2020 should not meet you or Mr. Abundance sliding down an old mountain. But we have now decided by planting the seeds of which we shall all reap, that 2020 should meet us conquering new mountains. I have often said that in 1884, when our colonizers colonized us, they separate and segmented Africa. They came with unity, intent of evil, intent of greed, intent of profit. And it is still a legacy today. Our colonialists and their grandparents are now at work. Even in cryptocurrency, we still have their grandchildren. They will not let us go at any point. And so they will keep putting the shiny objects of promises of abundance. That's what they do. And because we have been conditioned to believe that foreign is better and white is best, because we were conditioned to hate ourselves, because we were conditioned that we are of no worth. And it was the reality not too long ago in the US. A person of color couldn't vote, even though we are the ones that would have created America into a first world economy. Parts of Europe, the Caribbean, first world economy. But yet still, we were classified as a third of a man. If you do not know your history, how can you plan for the future? And so for us to achieve greatness in 2020, we must be united. As I said yesterday in my audio, we must be united. Because if we are not united, nothing will work for us. May I say to you, nothing is done in disunity. It is a principle. A house that is divided among itself cannot stand. And that is why we have remained for the over 400 years as a global slave. Because of our disunity, because of our conditioned mindset. Dr. Ari Kana mentioned that in one of her audios, one of her videos, that if you put two black men and a white man in a room, you will see the black man divorce himself to ingratiate with the white man. This is no racist overthrow, but that is how we were conditioned to believe that we do not have the solution. We have the solution. It's just that we were being conditioned. Being a conditioned person for 400 years is not easy. And so we have to detoxify ourselves. But first, we have to come to the realization. We have to come to the realization that what is in existence? What is in existence? And so this morning, as I come to the global community of Tiashans, I just want to say that our mission is assured. The vision and the purpose for TAC will affect lives that are born and unborn. I will quickly play two short videos for those of you who are still wondering about cryptocurrency and what it will do, and those of you who are playing carelessly what you can expect. And so let me share my screen. I don't want this to be too long, but I always say that. but ended up, let me show you what happened when carelessness takes over. This is a young man who went to Papa John with 10,000 Bitcoin. This is his story.
A Bitcoin was worth less than a penny when Laszlo Hunyats first traded Bitcoin for pizza 9 years ago. We calculated that if Hunyats had held on to all the Bitcoin he used back then to get various items, much of it pizza, by the time of our interview, those Bitcoins would have been worth $800 million. Yeah. So, okay, look, sorry, let me just get this straight. You spent about $800 million on pizza.
Well, if you look at today's exchange rate,
are there nights you wake up like in a cold sweat where you think I could have had $800 million if I had bought those pizzas?
Okay, that was the young man interviewing with 60 Minutes. Now, here is vision. My point of reference all the time, this teenager, Eric Finman. Let's hear his story.
So I was 18 years old when I made my first $1 million.
How did it feel?
It felt pretty great. Felt great. You know, did towards some Lamborghinis. There's a dealership in Newport Beach that takes Bitcoin for Lamborghinis.
Okay, now that was Eric Finman, who is now saying to the reporter that he, at 18 years of age, would have made his first million. And so those are the two contrasts that you have here. And so TAC's mission is to bring what we could not have done using fiat currency, because we couldn't have used the fiat currency, the elite currency, to get us into financial freedom. It's a lie. I spoke about unity. I spoke about vision, because the vision is what dictates where you go, where you spend your time, who you spend your time with. Vision is the one that disciplines, is that element that will discipline you. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And first is an idea. You must have ideas that are being pursued, because that is what vision is all about. It comes from an idea. Nothing escapes the mind. Nothing goes above the mind. Just like leadership, nothing goes above leadership. And I am coming to you, as I said, at 4:53 now a.m. If you're not willing to disrupt your life, you cannot willing to achieve your goals either. And so with a vision, you must have a goal. Where are you going? In TAC, our immediate vision is to create the coin, is to raise the required funds to create the coin. And the way how the fund is being raised is members are now prepaying for their coins. As a matter of fact, we are almost at the 60,000 threshold. And so what is going to happen is that initially I said we will stop the founding members when we would have arrived at 60,000. But wisdom now says, when you have momentum, momentum solves 90% of your problems. And so instead of putting a stop order on the investments coming in to break momentum, what we will do, we will continue the founding members right up to the release of the website. So once the website is being released, where you now can sign up directly using a link, that's when we will cut off the founding members, so that momentum continues, and the funds that are raised, they will go straight into the 2.5 million that we will raise for our social programs, for the rollback malaria, for the Afro-Caribbean Cup of Nations, for the Afro-Caribbean International Gospel Festival, culture and trade initiative. So we will go straight into using the website link. And because, as I said, you will have a referral link. So as you refer persons and as they see and understand the mission and the vision and the purpose of TAC, and they would have subscribed to TAC, you will be rewarded based on their purchase. And so that is what wisdom says. You cannot kill momentum. Momentum solves 90% of your problem. And I appreciate the momentum that you're seeing in TAC because of the leadership structure that is in place. An unborn coin in incubation has already a global presence. It already has a global demand. That is why you should know where TAC will be in a year and two from now. When Bitcoin came out, nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. I am saying that we have a coin with a mission and a purpose. A mission and a purpose. I really want you to understand that we are not going or fighting any forces. We will use the forces. We will use our social programs. And talking about our social programs, we have our deputy in Cameroon, and I will share my screen again just to show you what is happening there. I'll show you his photo. Mr. Meto and Mr. Dudonne, N4 Dudonne. Here we have an ex-professional footballer who has an academy in Cameroon, and everybody knows Cameroon is famous for football. One of our initiatives in TAC is to have and to franchise, because TAC can make billions from the Afro-Caribbean Cup of Nations. We will basically turn it into a business. I am saying to you, we're talking about affecting people's lives from generational poverty and lack. We're talking about creating financial freedom in a stable and sustainable way. And the Afro-Caribbean Cup of Nations will be just one of them, because this sports is $1 trillion business globally. And so we have already have persons like N4 and our deputy national executive coordinator in Cameroon mapping out and strategizing a way to get TAC into the marketplace without government interference, without approaching government. This is a brilliant move, and I've been saying it, that our social programs will do it for us. And so now the whole idea is that N4 has decided that he will print t-shirts with our logo promoting TAC in Cameroon Football League of next year. And that he will also highlight to all the members the reason that they should now invest in TAC. That will roll out very soon. And you see, once you can show persons the vision, because that is what it is. You have not because you have seen not, you have asked not. And so once one team understood, it means that they will infiltrate other teams to understand the mission and the vision. And that is why in 2021, TAC should sponsor teams everywhere it has leadership. I said TAC should sponsor team everywhere we have leadership. And so I appreciate what the work Mr. N4 and Mr. Meto is doing there in Cameroon. This is what vision is all about. And so let me stop share that. All right, so now we're talking about having a goal, and I'm going to wind down because I want to get your comments as well. We're talking about goal. I said that we should discontinue our global position in the world as global slaves. We are the ones who are creating billionaires for every race on earth. The question is, why can't we do it for ourselves? And one of the reasons why we have it so hard to trust and to believe in oneself is because of our conditioned mindset. And so we need to detoxify ourselves, because there's no lack. I told you about Google downtown Manhattan, one company making over 200,000 US a second, over 17 billion within 24 hours. I am saying to all of us that as I listen to Dr. Arikana and PLO Lumumba and how they are pontificating how Africa can work, why she is where she's at, and where she needs to go. As I listen to both of those Pan-Africanists who are shouting why we need to move to the next level and what we need to do, it comes back to two ingredients that are missing in the recipe, of which they have alluded to as well. First is unity. We must come together in unity of purpose with a clear vision. A clear vision. And that is what we are now doing. A people that have decided to put lack, scarcity, and poverty behind them, recognizing what have brought us here. Because first, if you do not know your problem, how can you solve it? How can you solve it? How can you solve your problem? How can you solve your problem? And so we're talking about a people that has been made to be the global slave of the world, have now decided that enough is enough. TAC role. TAC will play a very significant role in catapulting, in effecting what PLO Lumumba and Dr. Arikana are shouting. I am saying to you, it will be done with money. And we saw Eric Finman, who I would always allude to, a 15-year-old had dropped out at the age of 15 without a high school diploma, but had enough common sense to invest $1,000 in 2011. Today, he's one of Bitcoin youngest millionaires, enjoying a life of luxury. He doesn't have any PhDs, any bachelors, any masters. And so it's not how educated you are that will determine your financial future. Those days are over. technology is now rendering education obsolete in terms of that means for financial freedom, because a lot of us have followed the system, worked, went to school, get your degrees, work for government, and cannot retire. And they're not even honoring the obligation. Sometimes there's no payment. That is the system that we're at today. I am saying for all of us, if you and I had invested $15, 10 years ago, we would be able to cash out over 10 million naira today, over 15 billion CFA today, over 26 million US today, had we invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago, just $15. You have an awesome opportunity now in TAC, because TAC is a global coin, and our social programs will create demand for TAC globally by government and institutional investors. And so when you are investing in coins, because there will be a lot that will come out and would have came out, I am saying to all of us, what is their mission and purpose to affect our lives as people of color? Look at Jack Dorsey. Is Jack Dorsey coming to Africa to affect your health systems, to look at, you do not have any first world healthcare system and universities in Africa? Is he coming to affect one of them in every region? Because first thing you have to do as a people is to secure your health. Is he coming to do that? No, he's not. Is he coming to improve your educational infrastructure? Is he coming to look at the rural areas that do not have potable water and sanitary condition? Is Jack Dorsey coming to Africa to help you how to effect proper disposal of garbage that is costing the continent over 50 billion in revenue annually? Is he coming to address your issues? No, he's not. The pirates, the grandchildren of our slave masters, they're coming again at us with shiny objects to take and to continue to leave us in poverty and scarcity and lack. That's all what they're doing. Promising everything and delivering nothing. Promising the crown, but keeping the jewels. Promising financial freedom in one hand and are taking it from the other hand. That is all what they do. And because we do not think too deep, and because we can't think beyond our next meal, as Professor Pirlo says, when the Chinese come together, they are thinking about 100 years ahead, how they can control the world. While if you tell people of color, and especially the Christian society, to plan for a day, they will say only God knows. And so TAC is on a mission to effect real lives, to move us from a place where we are to where we should be. And we will all leave this world in a better place than we have left it. And so I just want to say again, thanks to all of you who have endeavored to change your situation come 2020 and beyond. I just want to congratulate all of you who have basically seen the vision and what TAC can become, not what it is. According to philosopher Goethe, do not look at a man the way he is now. He only becomes worse. But look at that man, what he could, and then he would become what he should. All right, I think Madam Adiola was responding to someone who would have said, I just blocked him because we don't have no time for those nonsense. Talking about Mr. Abundance is a liar. And that is what, you know, people will say, but where is the proof? You know, when Mr. Abundance is addressing an issue, I have proof of what I am speaking about, because you must have proof. You must be able, and that is why nobody can actually refute what Mr. Abundance has been saying. You know, they will not address the points. They will go all around. They will go to Hong Kong and China and South Korea. They will go all around the world, but they will not address the points that I have raised, because they're there blatant before the eyes to see. And so when you come and say, Mr. Abundance, present your facts. Because I can call anyone a liar. I can call anyone a thief. I can call anyone a scammer. I can do it. But where is the proof? All right. Okay. Lumping everybody there's a lie is a dangerous action, as you will likely pass the one who has been divinely arranged to lead you to the promised land. Thank you very much, dear Madam Adiola, our Chief of Staff in TAC. Hello, Mr. Abundance. Well done. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much, my dear sister over there in Nigeria. Welcome, Mr. Abundance. Great work you're doing. And I just want to thank each and every one of you who have made TAG a reality, because it is a reality. A matter of fact, I am now trying to, and by the way, those of you who have submitted your interest to be a part of the directorship in TAC operation, in marketing, I have seen your interests, and I've asked some of you to contact me on WhatsApp so I can further assess your skill sets as we roll out TAC very shortly. Our programmers, everything is on schedule. As I said, we had the first draft of the white paper was shown to me a week and a half ago, and I was not pleased with that white paper because it didn't capture exactly, you know, what TAG is all about. Yes, they have the jargons of, you know, what the elites, you know, have on their website and how TAG will affect, you know, the world. But, you know, I want them, you know, to get our story out. Let people know why we came into existence. Let them know the mission, where we're going, how different we are, and the programs that we're doing, how they will impact lives globally. And so I should be receiving a refined draft today or tomorrow, as promised. And so everything is going on very smoothly. And I just want to thank the community of Tiashans for the steadfastness, for the determination, because it is only by this that we will conquer the evil plot that divided us all in 1844, that have contained us, where one country in Europe, France, is pocketing over 500 billion from the continent yearly. 500 billion. Isn't that criminal? And that's just one country. That is why we need unity of purpose. I have always said it, even before I listened to Dr. Arikana and Professor Pielo, that if Africa is to become the strength and the power that she should, we must have one united Africa, one president, one currency. That is what Gaddafi was fighting for. But poverty is a multi-billion business, and the suffering of Black people around the globe, particularly those who are in Africa, is a profit to the West. Is a profit to those who are coming into Africa with shiny objects in network marketing, in cryptocurrency, in other businesses. Your businesses cannot strive, but once they bring in a business, it blossoms. Why? We are running out of Africa, drowning in the Mediterranean Sea, while they are packing the planes coming to Africa. It is by design, because they realize that the richest continent on earth is Africa, with the poorest set of people, and they will have nothing to do in enlightening us. No, they will further divide us. They will further divide us, because they know that if we understood what they have done and are doing, it will be a global riot. If we wake up to what our slave masters and now their grandchildren are doing to us, because that's what has happened. Oxfam reported that this economy is on the verge of losing over 800 million jobs through automation and technology. Robots is taking over the world. Banks, financial institutions, you will no longer need a person to speak to. You go to the airports, you're now being checked in by machines. I am saying to all of us that we must stop that track that Oxfam reported, because 800 million jobs is almost 3 times the population of the United States. If your children around the globe and in Africa are having it hard now, could you imagine when we would have lost 800 million jobs, of which 99% will be us, people of color? I am saying to us that we are at the right time, we are within the right industry, and we have an opportunity to remain at the front of the class. I said, nothing beats unity and a purpose and a mission and a vision. Nothing. Nothing beats unity and a vision. And there is no scarcity. There is no scarcity. And so I just want to thank all of you. Thank you. I just want to encourage all of us to move forward as I bring this to a close, so that those who want to watch it can watch, all of it. And yes, as I mentioned before, initially I did mention that we will stop the founding members when we arrive at 60,000, but wisdom now prevail that to allow all of us, because this private sale that is now going on, I can almost show is 100% people of color. The people that really matters where this coin is concerned. And so we will not stop the momentum. And so we will go straight into our initial ICO of raising the 2.5 million, of which I must share my screen again finally, and I'm happy that you even mentioned that, because I have it to share how we're going to do it. And this is and this has been broken down. And so we will not stop the sale. We will go straight in up to the website. And so once the website link is out, then is when we will cut off the founding members. And so you now have an opportunity that could be between January 10th and January 20th of next year. All right. And so all the funds thereafter will go straight into the 2.5 initiative. Now, I have asked one of the admin to prepare this form so that we could put it out into the forum to all the TACians. This basically states your level of investment. For example, those of you who would have invested between $1 and $1.99, this is the amount of, this is what it will cost. It's costing you 20 cents, and your minimum coin is 5, and the maximum you will receive is 995. So that is how you will read it. Those of you, for example, who are investing between 600 and 699, you're paying 10 cents for your coin. Your minimum coin is 6,000. Your maximum coin is 6,990. For those, for example, investing $1,000 to 1,099, you're buying your coins at 7 cents. You're receiving between 14,000 and 15,000 coins. And it goes down, you know, those who will invest in 2005, thereabout, you will get, you're paying 3 cents for your coin, and you're getting between 70,000 and 72. So this will give you a fair breakdown as to how, you know, the coins will be distributed. And that is why when you reach down to the bottom, when you look at, you know, investments at 5,000, you're actually paying 0.018 for your coin, which is less than 2 cents. That is why you ended up with at least 265,000 TAC. So this is this will come out today. So you will see that, so that you understand how much. And this is only for the pre-sale, because after the pre-sale, when the website link is available, the minimum purchase, the minimum you will get your coins for is 20 cents in the first go around, in the first rounds of sale. The minimum will be 20 cents, not 9 cents and 5 cents and 4 cents. I told you that the founding members will benefit the most. And so this is why you really need to tap up on your coins, as many of you are doing. And I didn't, let me stop sharing my screen there. I also, let me see if I can quickly look for that draft I sent out a couple days ago. But I think Jason is the one that did it first. And I, you know, basically show how we can arrive at the 2.5 million, the successful ICO that we need to have, so that we can put the coin on the market. Okay, and so let me quickly find that, just to give you a preview of what I'm talking about. Okay. It was done very nicely, I must say, by Jason. He showed all of us what how we can basically. I just need to just yes, okay. So I'm now going to put it there. What we need to do. I like that. Exactly how we can achieve the 2.5 million. Very, very simple. So let me share my screen again. Quickly, because I really want everyone to watch this. Screen sharing. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now again. Okay, so this is what Jason initially, I think his name was, he actually did. He showed us how we can arrive at 2.5 million. And we're talking about here, he has 250,000 people. And I question, you know, how many people is in your community? I was in Cameroon, and Douala alone, Douala, the city of Douala, lives over 11 million, 12 million people in Douala. Now we're having, if 250,000 people give $10, we are 2.5 million. If 125,000 people give $20, we are 2.5. If 100,000 give 25, 100,000 people is nothing. And when you talk about Ghana, the population of Ghana, the population of Nigeria, the population of Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, over 14 million. South Africa, Mozambique, Gambia. And so 85,000 at $30, it's over 2.5. 5,000, 50,000 at $50. $50. 50,000 is nothing. 50,000 people is nothing. And so that is why, and it even gets worse, that when it goes down to 1,000, 2,500 people, they can decide, you know what, we are going to grab all these coins. That is why the idea of putting it on the exchange, on certain exchange to raise the fund was not a good idea, because 2,500 people, $1,000 is nothing to a lot of people. Is nothing to a lot of people. And so we want the coins to be in the hands of those that it should be. And so that is why I said I would prefer to see each person investing $5, which means we need at least 500,000 people. Because may I say to all of us, based on this chart, we will achieve this with less than 500,000 people. This initial coin offering, we will achieve it with less than 250,000 people. I am telling you, I said there are people that are lining up. Unfortunately, I said with money, that are just waiting for the website to roll out. While you are there sitting on the fence, waiting for a safe path to walk. It is your choice, because poverty is by decision. The haves and the haves not is the choice that you make, because you can show up to an opportunity, but if you do not take action, and massive action, what will it mean to you? And so when you look at $80 investment, it only takes 32,000 people. $100, which some of you have done 5 times over already. At $100, it only takes 25,000 people. Look in your community, look around. You have a small village in Nigeria alone. In Cameroon alone, has more than 32,000 people. 32,000 people is nothing. 25,000 people is nothing. At 17,000, we can find 17,000 in one day in Africa to raise this money, 150 US. 14,000 at 175. 12,500 people at 200. 11,500 people at 225. 10,000 people investing $250. And so this is the simple broken down format of TAC coming to realization with its successful ICO. I want to thank all of you again for making it a reality, as we are about to submit our 5th milestone in 4 days, the 31st of, well, in 5 days, I guess, on the 31st of December, we will submit our 5th milestone, of which we are on target to do. And I appreciate all of us that have seen the vision. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Be safe. And remember the reason for this season. This is Mr. Abundance, saying to all of us that nothing in life stands still. It's either it is going or it is dying. And chances favor objects in motion. Chances favor objects in motion. And the monies that you will receive in this life will always be in direct ratio for the demand for what you do and your ability to do it well and the difficulty in replacing you. Life is a fight for territory. If you fail to fight for what you want, what you do not want will take over. You are where you are. You are who you are because of what have entered your mind. You can now change who and what you are by what you are now allowed in your mind. Nothing in life stands still. And so Mr. Abundance is saying, enjoy your day. Be blessed. Be safe. Victory is assured.